Hi, I'm Teri for OttawaTonight.com. We're here today speaking with Scott Florence, the artistic producer of the Lumiere Festival here in Ottawa.
Hi.
Hi, Scott.
Hello.
So, tell us a little bit about the Lumiere Festival. When and where did it get started?
The Lumiere Festival is a month-long lantern festival that takes place through the Crichton Cultural Community Centre here in the New Edinburgh area of town. Everybody thinks about it as being the big evening of light, which is this year on September 4th in Stanley Park. So we're definitely leading up to that, but then there's follow-up after that with our photography marathon and the vernissage for that, which we're calling the Afterglow Festival. And right now, here at the Crichton Cultural Community Centre, people can come and take lantern making workshops, which they can then bring with them to the Lumiere Festival on September 4th.
So you have a lot of events planned. You've mentioned a few of them, some workshops, obviously the Festival of Lights collimation in the park. What else can people expect to see and do?
Well, on the actual evening, there's going to be live performances from all sorts of different groups. People can also come and learn some international folk dancing that evening. They can come and take some circus arts workshops. And of course, there's going to be these beautiful lantern installations all through the park, including this year, a special guided lantern processional so that people will actually get on the path and they walk through the entire cycle of rebirth, beginning with dying, and then going down into the underworlds, coming up into the other worlds, finally ending up in heaven before being shot down the birth canal and transformed.
By light.
By light.
So unlike poltergeists, do go into the light.
In this case, yes, it is a good and helpful thing. There's going to be a lot of fun things going on there. We're going to have Odyssey Theatre on site. We're going to have the Ottawa Stilt Union. There's going to be all sorts of other animators making all sorts of great things happen. We've got a couple of roving magicians going around.
Some people may not know you, but you are Scott Florence, the King Fool from a company of fools. How did a fool of such epic proportion get involved in the Lumiere Festival?
I tripped and fell into the board meeting where they were hiring people, and I kind of BS'd my way into the job. Yeah, the Crichton Cultural Community Centre was looking for somebody new to helm the Lumiere Festival. The previous artistic producer was also the coordinator for the Crichton Cultural Community Centre, and she left last fall after having made this amazing festival. Her and her team did such a fabulous job putting it all together over the years. So they wanted somebody new to come and take over that, and they put out a call, and I answered it, and here I am.
Fabulous. Now it sounds as though it's got its feet well under it. What are the future goals? What are the goals of this festival?
Well, my immediate goal is just getting through this year. You know, as the first-time artistic producer of this festival, there's been a lot of learning going along, a lot of discoveries, and it's been a great journey. I've got a great team working with me. But in the future, I'm hoping that we can expand actually to be more than one evening in the park. Now, it won't be the big, huge lantern installations every evening in the park, but I've got a whole bunch of other ideas for like storytelling and stuff in the park, and really sort of expanding the festival to include more evening activities in the park, and also to include more activities leading up to it through the whole month. So integrate the photography even more. This year, as well as the lantern making workshops, we also did some performance workshops, but those are all done at this point in time. But next year I'm hoping to run even more of them so that people can come and learn to play all through the month leading up to the festival. Because it is an important part of the Lumiere Festival is it's not just us entertaining you, but everybody who comes to the festival is part of the festival, which is why we need people to come to these lantern making workshops and bring the lanterns with them. They're part of the light.
So this is a huge community effort, not just for tourists coming through. This is really something to involve everyone that lives in the neighborhood in Ottawa.
Yeah, I mean, this is not your regular kind of festival with a zillion vendors with their booths all lined up and the corporate logos everywhere. This is really a grassroots, community-based festival where it's rooted in the New Edinburgh community. You know, all of the local businesses are getting on board as they have in many past years and providing some sponsorship for this. And, you know, it's like the Crichton Cultural Community Centre. So not only is it rooted in this neighborhood, but it's also rooted in the cultural community of the Greater Ottawa-Gatineau region. So we've got artists from both sides of the river that are participating, both visual artists and performing artists. And yeah, so it's really important for us to have everyone from the community. We've got lots of different community groups coming in and building lanterns together, and they'll be putting them up in the park. So it's really quite fabulous.
I guess what I could ask is if I want to get involved, or if somebody watching wants to get involved, how do they do that?
they come and visit our webpage, www.lumiereottawa.com, and there they'll find the lantern making workshop schedules. They'll find information about joining on the photography exhibit and the photo marathon. They will find information about all the artists and presenters that are going to be on there. They'll also find information about giving us money if you want to become a sponsor, huh? I love you. I could be your best friend.
On that note, this sounds like, first of all, it sounds like an inclusive festival.
It is.
All ages as well, entire family. What would you say to people who are thinking, you know, I might go down, but I'm a little busy? How would you convince them to come down?
You're not as important as you think you are, my friend. Too busy to come out and play in a beautiful park on a Saturday night. Nobody is that busy. It's truly an amazing, transformative event. It's hard to describe to people who haven't seen it, but there's very little electricity in the Stanley Park area. There's a field house with a big honking light tower on it, but that's it. The rest of the park is completely without electricity. So the only light that exists is the glow from these literally hundreds of lanterns that we've got decorating through the entire park. So anybody that's been there before, they know how truly amazing and transform. Yeah, I mean, it's so beautiful, and it gives the whole park a completely different energy. It gives it a completely different feel. And I can't tell you the number of times that I've gone down to the festival. I was a performer in the early years of the festival and an audience member in the later years of the festival. And you're just sitting in these pools of light, you know, these little pools of light with darkness everywhere else around you, and you've seen all these amazing performances and had all of these strange encounters. And I've just had intimate conversations with strangers that the only reason we're having a conversation is because we're here in this park together, and it's just so amazing that all of those normal barriers that would keep you from talking with somebody on the bus, for example, it's like, boom, you're chatting with them. So you've got to come down because it's going to change your life.
It sounds absolutely beautiful, Scott. And I imagine that visually it's something that people would carry away with them for years.
You know, the number of people who have gotten in touch with me through the webpage and who've left comments about saying that they really want to get involved again this year. They were so happy because there was some confusion as to when the festival was this year and even if it was going on. It is. We're definitely on September 4th. Come see us. It's all month long. And you know, they're so happy because for so many people, it's such a big, important event. People have been telling me they plan their summer vacations around this.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, if somebody hasn't come before, can you bring your own lantern if you haven't had an opportunity to make one? Is it okay if you bring one from a store or something you just made that morning?
Absolutely. You can bring your own lantern. A lot of people also get dressed up for this. We'll actually have a transformation tent on site. So if you haven't done any dressing up beforehand, you can come and give your $5. You'll get a little bit of face paint and some, you know, fairy wings or devil horns or whatever is your particular bent in that area. So, but yeah, all sorts of people dress up in little costumes and come out. And so yeah, we just encourage everyone to let your inner creative demon out and join us.
Or fairy angel, that might be.
Whichever the case may be.
In my case. All right, so September 4th, if it's raining, we have a rain date?
Yes, the rain date is on Sunday the 5th, but it's not going to rain. You hear me, gods? It's not going to rain.
There's going to be too much light. It'll chase away the rain clouds. So September 4th, Stanley Park. Here in New Edinburgh, you can come to the Lumiere Festival that is run by Scott Florence and the Crichton Street Community Centre. Please bring your lantern, bring your lights, bring your family, bring your friends, and enjoy. Because you light up my life. You light up my life and give me hope.